اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Now we quickly try to cover one by one. So regarding these najasat, I just want to mention that urine and feces, although they are najis, but for all human beings and animals, but not all animals. So this is a little, we have to focus and pay attention over here. So urine and feces najis regarding the animals, but there are certain animals whose urine and feces are not najis. Let's see which are those animals. So because it's very important, and as being ladies, it is wajib on us to know the rules, because we have to cook, we have to for regarding our clothes, regarding the rulings. That's why it's very important and everybody need to learn. So I try to make it as simple as I can, and I know that especially the girls, some are audio learners, some are visual learners, so that's why I just try to make it more easy, and so that everybody can understand. So for now we are discussing najasat number 1, urine and feces, but we know that uh, not from all the animals, but from some of them the urine and feces is najis. Else you can say, oh, if some have misunderstanding that maybe there's a urine of sheep, but it can be tahir. So we need to know that the urine of feces, not from all the animals are najis, but from some of them, which now we should know which animals whose urine is not najis. So there are some animals and there are some conditions. So like the dog, cat, these kind of animals, some are haram animals, some are halal, like sheep, cow, fish. So we need to understand that whose urine or waste materials is not najis. Even you come in contact, but you say, oh, it's not najis. So we need to understand the condition. So what is the condition? The condition is, let's see, the condition is, what is the difference? First, we need to understand the difference between these types of animals. So these two terms, I want everybody to pay attention. This is, if you understand this thing, you will understand all the rulings of Islam. As you know, what is the gushing blood? When the blood is coming by force, even from human beings, from some animals, when you cut the throat, the blood comes by force. It is called gushing blood. So we have some animals who have gushing blood, and we have some animals who even they are halal, but their blood doesn't come out with gush. So let's see these kind of animals, because we need to understand the taharat and najasa. So when we see these animals, so as you can see, there's some haram animal, some halal animals. So haram and halal is not the criteria, but the criteria is the animals whose blood comes out with force, or we can say that they have gushing blood, right? Even their meat is even haram or halal. So try to understand these kind of let's see, I want to make it more clear. Like, see, if you see these animals, for example mosquito, for example fish, you have noticed that when you cut them, the blood does not gush out. So these categories of animals are those whose blood does not gush out. But some of the animals like lion, even sheep, it is halal, but the blood gushes out. So halal and haram is not the criteria. You cannot say, oh, this is halal animal, so its waste material or urine will be, najis or tahir. Halal and haram is not the criteria. Just remember this: blood gushes out or does not gushes out. That is the criteria. Does not gush out. So when you see the animals, for example these animals, the blood does not come out with force. and in Urdu we say khoon jahinda. So like fish, when you cut, the blood does not come out with gush, like snake, the insects, all these things. So these are the animals whose blood does not gush out. So their, even when we talk about najasa, so their urine is not their urine is not najis because the blood does not gush out. And you can see the animals like loin and this eagle, blood gushes out. If you can see, the sheep is, even it is halal, but the blood gushes out. So even if it is halal and the blood gushes out, then it makes najis. So we have to understand that. So these are the animals, remember, whose blood does not gushes out, and these are the animals whose blood gushes out. And as we have mentioned, that the criteria is not the haram or halal meat criteria. If you can see, these all animal, they are mixed. So some of them are haram to eat, like loin and snake, mosquito. So these are haram to eat, and some of them are halal to eat. For example, sheep. So halal and haram is not the criteria. The criteria is of blood, khoon jahinda, that some animals whose blood comes out with gush, then their waste material or then their urine will be najis. Else the normal animals which are halal to eat and even their blood does not gushes out, then they will be not najis. So as you can see, haram to eat, you can see these animals haram to eat and these animals halal to eat. So we have to see not only this. So technically we have two conditions. So for anything to be najis, first condition is blood gushes out. Like it should have khoon jahinda, like blood coming out with force, first condition. And if second condition is haram to eat, for example, the loin. If we take the example of loin, the loin blood gushes out plus loin, it is haram to eat the loin. Then it is najis. Well, the feces of, or the, you can say, the waste material is najis. But if the blood does not gush out and it is not haram to eat, it is halal to eat. For example, fish. So fish, when you cut fish, the blood does not gush out. Even, and it is not haram to eat. The fish with the scales is halal. So then that urine or that feces or waste material is not najis. Right? So this is the criteria. You cannot say halal or haram. So you have to see blood gushes out. Khoon jahinda plus haram to eat. Then their waste material is najis. So that is very important, because if you come to in contact with these things and your hands become najis, so you should know that even you have to do taharat or not. So first we need to understand the najasat, then we come towards how to purify or clean things. So that is the category of animals. For example, these are all haram animals, and for example, these are the animals which is halal to eat, and their blood also does not gushes out, right? So then they are not considered najis, and they are considered tahir. Now this is a little bit for you, like a dilemma for you. For example, we all know that eagle is najis. Is it najis? Is a question for you. Is it najis or not? Because it's haram to eat and the blood even gushes out. So what is the criteria? But we have a different and unique case here. What is the case? The case is like, for example, I say, is it najis? Yes, no, none of the above. Even we know blood gushes out. What is our criteria for the animals whose waste material is considered najis? The blood should gush out, and also it will be haram to eat. So that eagle fulfill the criteria, but even it is not najis. Why? So we should know the ruling why it is not najis, because most of the scholars exclude all birds from this categorization. Even it is haram, even the blood gushes out, but its feces is not najis, because they exempted all the birds. Parinda, they said no, the all parinda's feces is halal. Even you are going and somewhere It happens, back home people are going and the bird, there's a waste material on their head. So you don't have to say, oh, we are najis, now we have to take bath. So because the most of the scholars exempted all these, all this category, the birds, from this categorization.
اللهم صل على